On Karlantijpa North Aboriginal Land Trust, near the community of Malinja, west of Elliot in the Northern Territory, many people have gathered. There are Gurindji, Mudburra, Warramungu people, Indigenous ranger groups and staff workers from Central Land Council.
What brings me back here is we came here to do bushfire burning and to look after the land.
Savannah Burning has been going on for a few years now. In 2015, the federal government released a new methodology that increased the rainfall region to the 600 millimetre line, which actually made this patch of land, very small patch of land in the very north of Karlantijpa North Aboriginal Land Trust, eligible to undertake Savannah Burning.
We've been, for the last 2 nights, we've been camping out here at Jinkachi Camp with the rangers from DAGURAGU and rangers from Tennant Creek.
We had everyone from the North Karlantijpa, TOs, traditionals. So some from Tennant Creek, some that lives in Tennant, some from Elliot and Malinja. So all good all together, you know.
We come with CLC just about every year in about winter time, because that's the best time to do bushfire burning, winter time.
I'm Derek Weston, come from Tennant Creek. The best part of it, I like to go push to and burning and bring the young fellas along, show them young fellas how to do it. Sometimes we have rangers from different countries to come help us out to do burning.
The country is very remote and people rarely get the chance to visit and manage their land. Indigenous rangers from DAGURAGU and Tennant Creek have travelled hundreds of kilometres to help and mentor traditional owners and young people in contemporary fire management techniques.
Well, out here we got grass building up now, and the growth of burning it down, it's simply just makes it grow better as well for bush tuggers as well. And burning it where we burn, we know where it is, see?
So this is the first time a Savannah Burning project has been undertaken in the Central Land Council region. And when I started working up there in 2015, people wanted to get out in the country. They wanted to spend time with their family out on country so they could share knowledge, they could share stories, they could visit sites and find sites that haven't been visited for a very long time.
Traditional owners and fire management staff carefully plan the trip's burns.
I think that's the problem with that one. It's just being like looking around.
We also got a chopper with us, flying out and helping us also do the burning from the top by air.
This is the masters. Turn that on. Turn that on. This is where we put it to drop about 30 seconds. In 30 seconds. Yeah, this is the rain dance machine. This is what gets dropped down to make the fire.
As small quiet fires were removed from the landscape when Aboriginal people were moved into communities, the unmanaged land has experienced large, hot bushfires in the summer months. These fires caused the destruction of important habitat for animals such as bilbies, contributes to the spread of weeds and removes trees from the landscape. Western science has worked out that a fire regime of early dry season burning is beneficial to lowering greenhouse emissions and protecting biodiversity.
So the process behind Savannah Burning and how that generates revenue is based in the fact that if we have large bushfires burning in summer, that creates a large output of greenhouse gases. And if we can change that fire regime by burning in the cooler months, or what's called the early dry season, the fires will generally be a lot smaller and a lot cooler, and therefore produce less carbon emissions.
But it builds up with the carbon itself, and all that, when it starts a fire, it'll have wild bushfire out here, especially on country itself. They'll burn your country, wipe out your country without knowing it.
The difference between carbon produced by a large summer bushfire minus the carbon produced by smaller dry bushfires produces a carbon saving. This is purchased by the government as carbon credits, and this monetary value is passed on to land managers.
The government will pay people, or pay what are Aboriginal corporations, to go and burn at the right time of the year, so less of these gases are going into the atmosphere and therefore having a less of an impact on climate change.
Bushfire, when it come up, carbon dioxide. Like, we get the feedback from government, we give them feedback from government, and government can give us more funding for this sort of project.
Some money is come back to the community, and some money that we do both. We work with rangers and back to the community more to make jobs.
Saving the change of the climate, I guess. Yeah. You don't have to have too much carbon dioxide going into the air, you know. Less carbon dioxide, less climate change, I suppose.
Learning how to burn country on time, on seasonal things, is giving back growth to the country itself.
Traditional owners and their families are now able to self-fund this work, and with the assistance of CLC continue to get people out to country they would usually have difficulty getting to, and contribute to other land management work.
And we use Cybertruck on this one. Ranger group?
That looks like a kangaroo, some sort of.
There's a kangaroo track here, look. This kangaroo track right here. And there's that other little animal here.
One benefit of this project is it's a small, contained project that will allow people to get training in governance, get an understanding of how to run a corporation, an understanding of how to manage finances, and also an understanding of a whole range of different land management work other than the fire burning work. In the planning meetings, which we would conduct every year prior to burning with traditional owners about where they would like to visit and where they would like to burn, we discussed that they would need to set up an Aboriginal corporation separate from the CLC, and then that corporation would actually have to get a lease which allowed them to undertake land management and fire work on this specific part of the land.
So I got into it, and Cheryl was asking me to be a chairperson. So I did.
I was excited. Like carbon burning is new to Aboriginal people. Should get the idea of it. Of the carbon burning, everybody more excited, and we've got a lot of TOs coming.
There's a couple of really great things that are going to come out of this project. Firstly, it gets people out on the country in a region where there has not been any way of getting out of the country for a very long time. And the other great thing about this project is it's self-sufficient. So there is no more funding required from the Central Land Council or from any other grants other than the money generated from undertaking the Savannah burning work.
1, 2, 3. As a TO, it's coming back here, puts the spirit back into me, and feels good in the heart, you know, and in the body, and in the mind, opens your mind up.
That builds up you individually, who you are, being an Aboriginal as well. I like to say to the young generation now, get up, This is your opportunity to come back to your country and look after your country itself.